Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we bring you the best in celebrity entertainment news every single week. Now, today's story is one that's been making the rounds on social media and entertainment blogs, and for very good reason. It involves one of daytime television's most iconic couples, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, the co-hosts of Live with Kelly and Mark, a moment that played out on air that is equal parts hilarious, relatable, and absolutely classic them. Mark decided to call out Kelly's beauty routine in real time, pointing out what he considered a faux pas right there on camera. But Kelly, being the seasoned television professional and quick-witted personality that she is, didn't just let it slide. She corrected his gesture, turned the moment around, and the internet has been buzzing about it ever since. Let's get into all of it. For anyone who needs a little refresher on just how intertwined Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are, both personally and professionally, let's take a quick step back. Kelly Ripa has been a fixture of daytime television for decades. She first captured hearts as Haley Santos on the legendary soap opera All My Children, and from there, she transitioned into becoming one of the most recognizable morning show hosts in the country. She joined Live back in 2001, and for years, she co-hosted alongside the beloved Regis Philbin and later with Ryan Seacrest, building an audience that is deeply loyal and enormously passionate about everything she does. Mark Consuelos, meanwhile, is no stranger to the spotlight either. He is an accomplished actor, best known for his long-running role as Hiram Lodge on Riverdale, as well as his earlier work alongside Kelly on All My Children, which, funnily enough, is exactly where the two of them met and fell in love back in 1995. They eloped just a year later in 1996, and nearly 3 decades on, they are still going strong, still working together, and still making each other laugh on a daily basis. Mark officially joined Live with Kelly and Mark in April 2023, stepping in as permanent co-host after Ryan Seacrest departed to host Wheel of Fortune. The transition was a massive moment for daytime TV, and fans were absolutely thrilled to see this real-life couple bring their genuine chemistry to the morning format. And let's be honest, the show has been appointment television ever since. Part of what makes their dynamics so compelling is that they don't hold back. They tease each other, challenge each other, and have zero hesitation about diving into the kind of unscripted, candid moments that remind viewers they are watching a real marriage unfold in real time. So now let's get into exactly what happened during this particular on-air moment that has everyone talking. During a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, things took a delightfully unexpected turn when Mark noticed something about Kelly's appearance that, in his mind, warranted a comment. Kelly, as she so often does, had come to set looking polished and put together, but Mark, sitting right beside her with that signature smirk that fans have come to know so well, decided to point out what he saw as a beauty misstep. Specifically, Mark drew attention to something about Kelly's makeup or presentation, calling it out in that casual, almost too comfortable way that only someone who has been married to a person for nearly 30 years could pull off without blinking. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Mark's comment, while clearly meant to be playful and affectionate, because, let's face it, this is a man who absolutely adores his wife, landed in a way that immediately put the spotlight on him rather than on Kelly. Because as soon as the words were out of his mouth, Kelly turned to him with that look. You know the one. The look that every married person in America recognized immediately. The look that says, "Oh, you really want to do this right now." But Kelly didn't just give him the look and move on. She actually corrected his gesture. Whatever Mark had done to emphasize his point, whether he reached over to touch her face, gestured toward her, or physically tried to demonstrate what he was talking about, Kelly stepped in and redirected him with total confidence and composure. She corrected the way he was pointing things out, clarified the situation on her own terms, and in doing so, took complete ownership of the moment. The audience in the studio loved it. The laughter was immediate and genuine, and Kelly handled the whole thing with the kind of ease that only comes from years of live television experience and, perhaps more importantly, years of knowing exactly how to handle Mark Consuelos. What made the moment particularly magnetic was the way it captured the authenticity of their relationship. This wasn't a scripted bit. This wasn't a planned comedic segment dropped into the show for ratings. This was two real people who happened to be married, who happened to work together, having the exact kind of exchange that happens in kitchens and living rooms across the country every single morning, except theirs was being broadcast to millions of people simultaneously. And that realness is precisely what the audience responded to so strongly. As you might expect, the clip made its way onto social media almost immediately, and the reactions have been nothing short of wonderful. On platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter, fans flooded the feeds with comments praising Kelly for how smoothly she handled the moment. Phrases like "queen behavior," "she never misses," and "this is why Kelly is the GOAT of." Daytime TV dominated the conversation. Many viewers specifically highlighted the way Kelly corrected Mark's gesture as the standout moment, noting that she didn't get flustered, didn't get defensive, and didn't let the comment land in a way that felt diminishing. Instead, she reclaimed the narrative instantly, and in doing so, turned what could have been an awkward television moment into pure gold. On Instagram and TikTok, fan accounts dedicated to the show were quick to clip and repost the exchange, with many videos racking up hundreds of thousands of views within hours. Entertainment news outlets picked up on the story quickly, with headlines emphasizing the playful tension between the couple and the delightful unpredictability that has become something of a trademark for Live with Kelly and Mark since Mark joined full-time. Several pop culture commentators on YouTube also weighed in, with many pointing out that moments like this are exactly why the show has seen such a strong resurgence in cultural conversation since the co-hosting switch. Even people who aren't regular viewers of the show found themselves watching the clip and coming away charmed by the couple's dynamic. The consensus seemed to be that Mark's boldness in making the comment, combined with Kelly's sharp and composed response, made for the kind of television moment that you simply cannot manufacture. It has to happen organically, and when it does, audiences feel it. On the surface, this is a funny, lighthearted story about a husband and wife having a moment on live television. But if you look a little deeper, it actually says quite a lot about why Live with Kelly and Mark has been resonating so strongly with daytime audiences. In an era where so much of television, even so-called unscripted programming, feels carefully produced and algorithmically calculated, there is something genuinely refreshing about watching two people who have real history, real affection, and real friction bring all of that to a morning show format. Kelly Ripa has spent over 2 decades perfecting the art of live television. She knows how to hold a room, how to pivot from a difficult moment, and how to make an audience feel like they are part of the conversation rather than just watching from the outside. Her ability to correct Mark and reframe the moment without making it feel combative or uncomfortable is a masterclass in what great live TV hosting actually looks like. And Mark, for his part, brings a level of authenticity and spontaneity to the desk that keeps things genuinely unpredictable in the best possible way. Together, they represent something that daytime television has been searching for, a co-hosting dynamic that feels truly, genuinely real. In moments like this one, where the marriage bleeds into the broadcast in the most human way possible, are the reason audiences keep tuning in day after day. Looking ahead, if this moment is any indication, fans of Live with Kelly and Mark have a great deal to look forward to. The couple has shown no signs of slowing down, either professionally or personally, and their chemistry on screen continues to evolve and deepen in ways that keep the show feeling fresh. Mark's comfort level in the co-hosting role has grown considerably since he first stepped in, and as he settles more fully into the rhythm of live morning television, these kinds of spontaneous, unguarded moments are only going to become more frequent.